On this week's show, Peloton has received more requests for seat posts than expected.
Plus, Memorial Day classes, rowing stretches, increased referral programs, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 131 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I am Amanda Siegel, and I am joined back together again with my co-host, John Pruitt. Hey, John.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
It does feel good. I missed you.
You don't want to keep co-hosting with Chris Lewis?
I like co-hosting with you. Chris was great, though.
He was
I have
good,
to
yeah.
say, you know what, he really was. I watched the show back, and you know, he's just not a front camera kind of person, but he did great. And
he handled, he handled himself fine on when we co-hosted our episode too.
Yeah. No. He did great. And I think he was pleased not to have to do it again. I think 2 weeks in a row was probably enough for him. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. And just kind of getting into the whole summer mode. I'm almost sad that my vacation was at the beginning of the summer, you know, that we had to go, because it's like, all right, now what? You know, the summer's going to be so long. But
I know. I'm sure you'll find new places to jaunt off to.
Yeah, well, you know what? Between Miami, DC, and New York, I'll be busy. I'll be going back and forth. I'm very lucky, so it's not in one place for the whole time. But yeah. Otherwise, all else is good. And you had a lovely Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, we were in Puerto Rico for a nice long weekend. Jackie and I and Jackson, we stayed with some friends down in Dorado Beach, and it was nice because there was Peloton bikes at a few of the different fitness gyms that they had on the property there. So I did manage to get away on one particular day on last Saturday for Alex's Club Bangers, which was a lot of fun.
Nice.
But it was in a very swanky gym. I posted it to my reels, but it was hot. It was like I felt like it was 100 degrees in a sauna in there. So that really held me back in terms of just working out on that thing, because I was dying. But it was great to get, one workout in on the bike. Other than that, I just did a lot of just walks on the app, but it was a great trip. A lot of fun. Good to be back in Michigan. It's hot. It's 91 degrees currently, but we have a little cold front coming in, so that'll soon break after this weekend.
It's 91 in Maryland as well. It was beautiful a couple days ago, but today is like really hot. So I feel ya.
And it's been good, like the pause and reflect, or the break while the studios are closed, have been nice. Because I have definitely throttled back on the workouts and definitely taken it easy. So it's a nice sort of way to recharge the batteries.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm ready to move forward next week. I must say, I am ready to go and get back into a routine. And I just feel like I'm in a good place finally. So
Great.
definitely looking forward to all of that.
Hopefully see you on the rower.
Back on the rower, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's unfortunate because I have it down here in Maryland. I don't have it in Florida. So, and I will be going down to Miami. So we'll have to see. But yes, I will be getting on the rower, and definitely getting some rowing finally in, which I'm excited about for sure.
Great.
For sure. All right, folks, before we get started with the news, we always like to remind you how we can keep you up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand side of the video and hit the notify button so that you never miss an episode.
Yes, and you can also simply listen to us if you're on the go. We're on all podcast platforms. Just search Pelo Buddy TV. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss an episode or an update. And please leave us a review. We love to read some of those 5-star reviews that we receive from you. And we also love the input and some of the criticisms sometimes, which helps to us to make some tweaks and ways to improve and add to the show. So keep those coming.
All right. And of course, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just search for Pelo Buddy and follow us on those platforms for all of the latest news. And now, John, let's get on with the show.
All right.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
So big news that just came out this past week from the showrooms. We've received reports that Peloton is transitioning their sales team away from commission-based compensation plans. So Peloton notified impacted employees recently of the change at the end of last week. And we did receive an update from a showroom employee to let us know that these changes go into effect July 1. So employees will still earn commission on the hardware that they sell in the showroom between now and then. But employees are receiving an increase in their base pay to offset some of that loss in commission sales that they're going to be experiencing after July 1. There was an earlier version of the article that Chris Lewis had put out on PeloBuddy.com that indicated that the inside sales team at Peloton would be impacted as well, but we're now hearing that they might not be included in these changes, and it's only affecting the retail showroom staff. There still will be sales goals in place, though, for employees, even with the removal of this commission component for the sales team. I did also hear that they would no longer be referred to as sales associates in the showroom. They're going to be referred to now as brand ambassadors, so a tweak in the titles. There's a way to kind of remove the sales aspect of it, I guess. Peloton previously altered the pay structure of their sales employees, most notably in late 2021. They drastically reduced the pay of their retail employees, resulting in a pay cut of about 30 to 60% in some cases. And as a reminder, Peloton is still in the process of shutting down showrooms across the United States and Canada. This was announced back at the end of 2022. So we've got 16 showrooms so far, roughly, that were closed at the beginning of 2023 since then. And more have closed, obviously, since that announcement.
Yeah, I'm seeing some reports coming in from the UK as well. I mean, in Scotland, the Edinburgh and Glasgow stores were both closed. So they're really, I think it's just all around. They're closing stores left, right, and center.
Yeah, so if you're in Scotland, be sure to visit those showrooms to get, because I know there's a 75% off sale going on. So I know they obviously, they have a lot of merchandise to clear out of there. So definitely take advantage while they're still open. And I think that closing date was looming. I had heard rumblings it might be June 11th.
June 11th, yeah.
So right around the corner.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's sad. I think for a lot of people, they kind of liked having their local showrooms around. It was an opportunity to meet up with other, Peloton folks. There were group rides that were done in some of them. I'm just seeing folks really disappointed that the showrooms are going. I get it. If you look at it from a business perspective and a financial standpoint, it makes sense not to have the brick and mortar. But, there are still lots of people that liked to try them, to go in and try the equipment before they just purchased it. So, as we've said over the last few weeks, they are moving away from hardware and into, in their rebrand as it being, more of an app type
content delivery. Right.
Correct.
I remember, the commission, I guess it doesn't for a lot of employees, the commission component being taken away wasn't a big shock. I know I'm friendly with a showroom employee out in California, and they were telling me, it must have been a couple months ago now, that it was just a matter of time before they were going to take away the commissions, because they basically said it's just not sustainable with what they're making commission-wise on the hardware that they were selling at the showroom. So they knew it was coming. But the showroom, I love whenever I'm at the Somerset Mall in Troy, Michigan, I would love to just pop in there and see my sales guy, Steve, who's still there. And there was some great events that we held there, but also I didn't really understand the change that some of the showrooms had made just recently, moving into these newer, bigger spaces, like at the Short Hills Mall. They moved into this
Right.
much bigger space, with locker rooms, with shower stalls where you could actually do a workout there and then freshen up and take a shower. I mean, that didn't really make a whole lot of sense with all the restructuring and the reduction in the sales force and the closing of other showrooms. It didn't really make sense to me. So I'm not sure if they had already locked into lease agreements that they couldn't get out of or break, but
Yeah,
that just
because
seemed kind of odd.
Tyson's Corner here in Virginia was the same thing. You know, they closed all the others, but they kept Tyson's Corner, and they changed they renewed their lease. Well, not renewed. They moved across the away into a new spot that was double the size of the other spot. So yeah, same thing here.
Yeah, it's just kind of an odd move in my opinion, but I'm sure they have
I'm sure there's some logistics
some
behind
sort of
all
strategy.
of it, right?
Yeah,
There's got to be
right.
strategy and some logistics behind all of it. All right, so moving on, it turns out that Peloton has received more than 500,000 requests for a replacement bike post. So as we had mentioned last week, there was this bike seat post on the original bikes was breaking. And after the voluntary recall that was announced earlier this month, according to CEO Barry McCarthy, he has said that there was a much larger demand for a replacement than he had anticipated. The number was significantly higher, and they had said so. The recall was initially issued in collaboration with the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, the CPSC, and then later in Canada. It does apply, as we said, only to the original bike that was sold, and it was the bikes that were sold between January 2018 and May 2023. The recall does not apply to the Bike Plus. So I think we even spoke about it last week. If you're if the post shifts and it moves down, that is different to it actually snapping. And Chris has on the website what it actually looks like with the bike post having snapped off. Initially, we reported 38 had happened. Apparently, there have been more than that. So there are definitely folks that have been experiencing it. So customers have been registering on Peloton's website to have a replacement post sent to them at no cost. And McCarthy attributes the high number of requests in part to the way the CPSC put it. So the language surrounding the recall, they recommended that members stop using their bikes until they replace the part. So, clearly that for some folks were like, well, hell, what's going to happen to me, if I continue doing this? And obviously are utilizing that, that recall more than what they thought it was going to be. So initially Peloton had expected a loss of about 8.4 million due to the recall and the subsequent fix. Due to the higher than expected demand, they are now estimating the cost to be somewhere between 10 and 20 million over time. So they just can't catch a break. It's like, for goodness sake, I mean, they just can't catch a break. The shipping of those replacement seat posts has begun. Orders have been being filled within, these 3 phases that we spoke about last week. The full financial impact of the recall will likely not be revealed until future fiscal quarters. So we have not been made aware of what it's actually going to do, financially for the company. But I mean, come on, they just got to catch a break somewhere. It just seems crazy as to what's going on.
I don't know anybody that stopped riding their original Peloton bike because of the recall. Even though it's suggested, I think it's kind of silly based on the amount of the small amount of cases that this has affected.
Yeah.
I know I requested the C post. I might not even need it. I don't even know if my bike is that old, but I still put it in. I'm probably not even going to put it on when I get it. I'm just going to set it aside and have it in case it breaks.
In case it
I
happens.
think I think after seeing on Facebook, especially on various groups and especially the official Peloton member page, I think the biggest pain point that's come of this seat recall is that members who go to visit resorts or hotels are finding that the bikes have been disabled, or they're labeled with a piece of paper that say out of order due to the recall, which is, I think, is kind of ridiculous, but also hotels, and resorts that have Peloton businesses that have bikes, they, just see it as a big liability red flag.
Of course.
And luckily, when I was in Puerto Rico, the gyms there on this, it was a Ritz-Carlton property. They didn't have any out of order things, but I did. This is how crazy I am, Amanda. You'll relate. But I did actually take the power cord from my bike with me just in case that they had unplugged it and removed the cord, because there was nothing that was going to stop me from using it.
That was very clever. I would not.
Yeah, but I didn't need it.
That.
It was fine. But I had that concern after seeing so many people irate about, they went to the at the Pan Am Hotel at LaGuardia, where they have a ton of bikes in that hotel fitness room, and I guess they've all been disabled due to the recall. So I had that worry, I had that fear, because I knew there was Peloton bikes before we left on the trip. Yeah, it happened. There's the control room. Chris Giles happened. Being affected by it. So yeah, I feel for the folks that they stay somewhere finally, like a West. I don't know if all the Westins now have disabled them. I would imagine so, but that's got to be pretty frustrating.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Well, we have an update on the Peloton app. So in December, coming up in this December, everyone will automatically be moved to what's called App One, which is the $12.99 a month version, unless you explicitly opt in to the App Plus subscription. So until then, everyone is grandfathered in until that App Plus subscription takes effect. So in other words, the company is not going to automatically make you pay more unless you have chosen to do that, though you'll get less features by staying on that App One. So just a heads up, I'm sure they want to avoid people all of a sudden getting a higher charge on their monthly statement, iTunes bill, however they pay for app access. So just a quick update regarding the app.
All right. It looks like a fifth round of class library maintenance has occurred, resulting in the removal of classes filmed between May 16th and the 31st of 2019 and June 17th through the 23rd of 2019. As we've shared before, this maintenance is part of Peloton's routine removal of older classes from the on-demand library, which typically takes place on Fridays. The classes removed in this round were different from what was initially expected based on previous purges. So the Peloton had been expected to remove the May 16th through 31 block last week, but instead, and I'm sure it was probably just an error, they removed the classes filmed between June 1st and 16th. However, the May 16th through 31st block, along with the June 17th through 23rd block, were both removed this past week. So they just went ahead and took those out as well. There are, of course, a few exceptions to this purge, including Cody Rigsby's Backstreet Boys ride.
Yep.
From
my
May
favorite.
17th, 2019. All right. You say it's your favorite. Have you really gone back and done it again?
It's been a couple of years, but now I'm tempted to, because I'm just worried it's going to, but that is an amazing ride. I've done it, I've probably done it 7 or 8 times.
Oh, wow. Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay.
When it first came out, I did it multiple times, within the first couple months. So it is a fantastic ride.
All right. And then, of course, several of Emma's core strength classes also were held back and kept on the platform. A lot of these classes were retained, as we said before, due to their popularity, but also their inclusion in specific programs. So if they're part of a Crush Your Core program or a specific program, they've kept them in for those reasons. So now with these removals, the oldest content in the on-demand library now dates back to June 24th, 2019. So the Purge saw approximately 3 weeks worth of classes removed, equating now, John, to around 625 classes. This is, as we said, is more than that typical 2 weeks worth of classes being removed because of the fact that they had gone the week before and then the week after. So, again, it's funny you say you do it. I guess there are certain classes you would go back to do over again. I'm sure there are thousands of classes that are a one and done. People have done them and would probably never go back and do them again. I am not a huge one to go back and do classes again. I'm just not. There's so much new content on the platform that to take the time to go and do an old class. The Greatest Showman, I have done multiple times. That's a class
same
that I've
same
done.
with Jackie. Yep.
Yeah, the Maroon 5, I've done a couple times. Tina Turner, those are kind of ones when she passed, you felt nostalgic, so you wanted to go back and do those. Spice Girls, Leanne's Spice Girls ride, I loved and have got, but I would have maybe gone back once to do it, once or twice, never multiple times. So it's interesting how some people, are pretty fixated on going back to doing some classes again. Some people use it, which I respect, in going back to see their progress. So there are some folks that like to do have done a class and then will go back maybe 6 months later and a year later and redo that specific class to see how much they've improved. I like that.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. But who knows? We'll see. They're going.
I knew. Yeah.
So get
it
your
was
classes
funny.
in, folks.
Just this past Friday, I posted a reel from a Cody ride that was from May that just got purged. It was from May 22nd, 2019. It was a 30-minute pop. And he talked all about, the summertime coming. The whole buffet is open, so dump that hoe. And I had posted that clip a few weeks ago because I knew it was going to soon be purged. So I put the ride information and everything as a last chance reminder to do it before it's gone forever. And and sadly, when I posted that reel, I had to put a little sad face and note in the parentheses that it's been purged.
That it's now been purged.
Yeah, and that's just a classic, 23rd Street piece of gold now that's gone forever.
That's gone. That's gone
a tear.
forever.
Yeah. Oh well, c'est la vie.
Right.
Well, we had some Memorial Day classes that dropped last weekend. So last Monday, the 29th, which was Memorial Day in the United States, which is a day to honor military personnel who have sacrificed their lives and died while serving their country, Peloton observed that day with a series of special classes, which all dropped straight to on demand on Friday, the 26th. There were 5 Memorial Day classes across 5 different modalities. There was a 15-minute Memorial Day row with Matt, a 20-minute Memorial Day ride with Olivia, a 20-minute Memorial Day yoga flow with Kristen, a 20-minute full body strength with Logan, and a 30-minute outdoor run with Marcel. Check those all out. They're all waiting for you in the library.
All right. And I guess there wasn't a shadow of a doubt, John, that I would be doing this next story. The much anticipated Matty Maggiacomo and Jon Hosking 2-for-1 class finally landed on the platform with an outdoor audio walk that dropped on Thursday, June 1st, in celebration of the start of summer and maybe even the start of Pride Month, since Matty was doing it. To say that this class was rather quirky is an understatement, but I was all for it. The bromance between these two is just adorable, and Matty does not shy away from his affection towards Jon. We even got a hashtag, Majosky, Majhosky, which Matty and Jon deemed appropriate. Matty basically said, I mean, hey, Jon, we're like Ben and Jennifer, and we have to do something appropriate. So that was kind of cute. The class was both a walk plus run, but both suggested members could take it any way they wanted. So all walking, all running, or of course just listening, to the cues. There was a nice plug for the Peloton app and new rebrand that was thrown in there too. It was definitely not missed, but they kind of said, well, you can take us, wherever you go, and definitely kind of plugged the rebrand for sure. But it was fun. I mean, I don't know if this is something they may be going to end up doing on a more regular basis. I know that folks have asked for that. They definitely were. It definitely felt it wasn't natural. I mean, I adore both of them, but it was fun to listen to them. But Jon was in London, Matty was in New York, so they kind of said. Yeah. So they were both apart, and they kind of said how they were so thankful for technology and for the studio producers and for them to be able to collaborate. But because of that, there was that lack of authenticity in it, that genuineness of them being together and seeing each other
side by side,
side by side.
Yeah.
So that part, which would you prefer was probably the most favorite part for me. When they would ask each other, and one of the ones that Matty asked Jon was, if you were to go stargazing and you had the option of picking Adrian or Eric, who would you pick? And Jon is so politically correct. He just
stargazing.
He couldn't say which one. He goes, well, Matty, are you going to join us? And then it could just be the four of us. He would not pick Adrian or
Come on,
Eric,
Jon.
which was kind of funny. I know. But Matty was very quick to pick Jess Sims in a water balloon fight as opposed to Kirsten, and that was his ask from Jon. If you were in a water balloon fight,
he would,
who would you pick?
He would love to nail her with a water balloon, I'm sure, directly square in the face.
For sure. He asked if you could put something other than water in the water balloons, but Jon said no, he had to stick to water balloons. So it was fun. I mean, it was a ton of fun. It was fun to finally get to see them, together. I got to take it outside. It was beautiful here in Maryland, so I, did go out and as it was, meant to be an audio walk.
Was it audio only, or was there video?
Audio only.
Oh, okay. Audio only. Gotcha.
Audio only. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was one of their outdoor audio. And again, I think, especially for the summer, I think they're trying to push the app with this rebrand and push the content that's, that's out there from an audio perspective. So yeah, tons of fun.
Yeah, I know that. That change from the red Peloton logo on the app to black is really going to save the company.
Right. You won't go into Pinterest now.
Okay.
It's whatever.
I miss my red logo, but whatever.
Yeah, I know,
Change up the color. All right, whatever works. Anyway. Peloton has announced a new collaboration with the NBA. And for anyone outside of the States, that's National Basketball Association. Next week, there will be several Peloton NBA Finals classes. Peloton teased this announcement just this past Friday, or earlier in the week on Instagram, and then made the official announcement, I think, just this past Friday. But earlier in the week, they had shared on Instagram showing the NBA Finals trophy, NBA Championship trophy at Peloton Studios, New York, with several instructors holding it. And they alluded to an announcement saying, check your DMs about a special announcement this past Friday, which they did make officially. And they stated, Larry's hard work inspired our NBA Finals classes. Live classes starting June 9th. NBA Finals, full body strength with Jess Sims. And then a 2-for-1 ride with Allie Love and Alex Toussaint on June 9th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And as they mentioned in their post, Jess Sims is leading the strength class, the 2-for-1 ride with Allie and Alex. Yeah, this should be fun. I mean, the one on the 9th, the 2-for-1 sounds great. I'll be interesting to see the dynamic, Allie and Alex. See how their personalities.
They haven't done. I think they've done one together. No.
If they did, it was a while. I can't remember.
Chris Lewis here for that. I know he did one with Tunde, but I'm almost sure that it was a while ago that Alex and Ali did something together, but I'm stood to be corrected.
Yeah, if they did it was a while ago because I don't remember anything recent. I know he did a 2-for-1, I feel like, with Jen Sherman. That was more it was more recent because I remember they had that plexiglass,
yes,
dangling when we were more in the COVID restrictions back then. Yeah, they used to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that should be fun. So we got some Crow classes. So Peloton announced a German language artist series featuring Crow, who is a German rapper known for wearing a panda mask when he performs. Peloton shared the news via Insta. They said the series began last Friday, the 26th, with classes also taking place on Saturday, May 27th, and Sunday, the 28th. This is actually Peloton's third artist series or mini artist series in the same week. We had the Louis Capaldi series and the Jonas Brothers were also featured that same week. But the Crow series included 5 classes across 4 modalities, all in English. All taught in German. There was a 20-minute core strength with Marcel, a 30-minute Crow run with Mila, 10-minute warm-up ride with Cliff, a 20-minute yoga flow with Nico Serrani, and a 30-minute Crow ride with Eric Yeager. You will earn an Artist Series badge. It's not a special one. It's a generic Artist Series badge, but we also have to remind you we have a full listing of badges, a comprehensive list that Chris Lewis has compiled for you on pelobuddy.com if you want to see current badges that you can earn and past ones as well.
Sounds good. And members now have a way to try out working out with Alex Kowarski, Katie Wong, and Ash Pryor, even if you don't have a rower. So Peloton have added rowing stretches to the app, which of course don't have to be done only if you're rowing, but it is giving folks an opportunity that would not have had the ability to work out with Alex, Katie, and Ash to now do that. So to incorporate the rowing stretches into maybe a stretch before a bike ride or after, etc. So that was added. So that's kind of cool.
I gotta say, it's really nice to finally have the rowing content on the app because now I can properly screen record phony moments and I can record pre-shows. I'm very happy because I was really did not like making these janky recordings of holding my phone up to the rower tablet. It just wasn't going to cut it. So I'm really happy. I know a lot of folks are really pleased that don't have the actual Peloton row, but it's about time.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so shifting gears a little bit. So Echelon, which is a competitor to Peloton, they make a bunch of different fitness hardware, including a spin bike. They are trying to entice current Peloton bike owners to trade in their bikes. In return, though, they will receive a $1,000 discount off of an Echelon bike. The company announced this offer via a press release, including a quote from their CEO. They said, Echelon believes in making health achievable, affordable, and safe. We hope this trade-in program will offer fitness enthusiasts a safe and reliable product, yada, yada, yada. The mention of international standards in that quote most likely refers to Peloton's recall troubles, and Echelon makes another nod to this in their advertising of the campaign, saying you may reach a breaking point, but your bike shouldn't. To just give a little jab at the seat post issue. The full details, if I don't know who would be inclined to take up this offer, but if you want to find the full details, it's on Echelon's website. Depending on the model of Echelon's bike that you purchase, customers can either save $500 or $1,000. There's an option to indicate a trade-in in the purchase area where you can select your device along with a Peloton bike, a Bike Plus, as well as they also give a couple other bike options, an Order Track, and a studio bike is also included there in the trade-in options if you don't happen to have a Peloton bike and you have one of those other brands. As soon as I heard this, I immediately thought of SoulCycle, trying to entice Peloton riders to trade in their bike for in-studio classes, which seemed even more ridiculous. But hey,
this wins the cake.
Trying to get.
I mean, seriously.
Trying to get some press, kind of get your name out there. I mean, hey, you do you, Echelon. Yeah, I don't know who would want to trade up for that, but
well, it's
more
funny
power
though,
to you.
because the next story is about all those folks who haven't yet drunk the Kool-Aid, the Peloton Kool-Aid. Now you can go ahead and entice those folks to purchase a Peloton, never mind trading in, but purchase a Peloton with a $200 credit. So I kind of funny that was the story that came right after the Echelon Trade-In, is that Peloton are now in fact offering the $200 credit. So folks that are interested in purchasing any hardware will get $200 off a accessory package, and you as the member will get now $200 in your referral code. So that then enables you to go off and buy, apparel. And there's so much of it right now, so much stuff that's going out there. Now, this is only valid until the middle of June. So, if you have friends that are on the fence, now's the time to do it, because it is nice to be able to get that $200 credit versus the regular $100, that folks get the rest of the time. So definitely utilize that if you do know folks.
Yes, and if anybody is watching, listening, if you need to get a bike, you need to get a second bike, hit me up for my referral code. I have some slots. I have slots available. DM me on social media.
How do you possibly still have referrals left? I have all 6 of mine. I can't imagine you to still have referral codes.
The year's half over. I got to spread them out.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. Don't listen to Jon.
Speaking of accessories, that moves us nicely into the next story, which is about the accessory package. So Peloton is, despite closing a lot of showrooms, they're trying to drive some extra foot traffic to them over the next few days, calling it an extra gift for Father's Day. It's being labeled. Peloton will offer new customers an accessory package for $1 to those who come into a participating showroom and get a demo of the Peloton bike, the Bike Plus, the Tread, or the Row. They sent an email about this with the offer that stated an extra gift for Father's Day from June 1 to June 5th. So basically you only have a couple more days to get an accessories package valued at $191 for just $1 plus taxes and fees while supplies last, when you book an in-store trial or walk-in to try a Bike Plus, Tread, or Row. The accessory package that you can buy for $1, it'll include a special edition Peloton workout mat, a glass Peloton water bottle, which Peloton had previously gave away for $1 for a mailing list sign up, the old Peloton heart rate chest monitor. That's the old one. That's not the new one that you can put on your arm. And Peloton resistance bands. So if you're near a showroom and you want some swag, you need some of those accessories, definitely stop in and try out one of the pieces of hardware.
Yeah, and if you want to go one step further and you fancy having a Peloton inspirational quote on your wrist, now you can. So Peloton Apparel have collaborated with Little Words Project with bracelets, colorful bracelets with quotes on them. 4 that landed this past week were show up, pause and reflect, Cue the Confetti and Together We Go Far. And they are in the apparel store. You can purchase them. They are $30. So I think that they.
You think you think that's a little? Are you saying that because you think it's high?
I think it's high for a plastic bracelet. Yeah, I think it's high.
Are they still are any of them sold out when you last checked?
Yeah, I think, who knows? I mean, take a look. But I got to tell you, and I'll take a look because you're going to do the next story. But I was like, oh, wow, that's like, I think it's a lot of money for a plastic bracelet. I mean, if you wanted 2 of them or 3 of them, it seemed like a lot. Let's see if any of them are, I mean, do you not agree with me? Am I being cheap?
Yeah, $30. I mean, yeah, that's probably
sounds
a
right.
little high. I don't know about, those types of accessories. What a good price point would be.
My daughter could make those. We can make them ourselves, can't we?
I mean, they do look very like juvenile. They look for like for kids.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I'm sure they're nothing fancy.
They're still available, and it looks like you could maybe even get them in like different. Oh, they're more than that. Oh, never mind. I thought there were only 4. Oh, I'm glad I checked. All right, folks. They've got all of them. They've got Stay in the Fight. They've got Bye Boo. These are sold out. Bye Boo is sold out. Chin Up, Crown On is sold out. This Ain't Daycare. There are only 6 left. Show Up is sold out. I mean, people, seriously?
And it's
Go to
$30
Michael's,
for
pick up
one?
some beats. For one.
Oh, okay.
For one.
Well, just goes to show that's, there's always someone that'll pay that.
There's always someone out there. Oh my goodness. So they actually have all of them. I apologize. Initially when I looked it up, I just saw the 4 of them, but I guess they have it all there. So, but there are a lot that are sold out. Yeah, they are sold frigging out. I am like blown away. That is crazy. So I guess the ones that they have are Together We Go Far, Stay in the Fight, Bye Boo, Chin Up, Crown On, This Ain't Daycare, Show Up, Together We, that's Pause and Reflect is still available. Together We Go Far is still available. I Am, I Will, I Can, I Will, I Do is sold out. Bus Status is sold out. Heads Up, Hearts Open, sold out. Cue the Confetti, sold out. And Yes to You, sold out. How about that?
I think we need a Just Do It one or JFDI one for Jen Sherman.
Right. I'm telling you.
But now that you said that Bye Boo is sold out, now I kind of want that. Because it's probably because it's sold out. Now it's hard to get. Now I want it. I have to get it.
Right. That's how I feel about the Yes to You one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. How many did they even have? Maybe they only had 5.
Yeah, they're just they're trying to create a artificial market.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you what. I'll make this a summer project. I'll go to Michael's. I'll go buy the beads, and I'll make you one. Okay, you want me to do that for you?
No. I want the Peloton. Not the same.
You crack me up.
But thank you for the offer.
Crack me up.
All right. Well, rounding out the stories. Happy birthday to Jess King. Her birthday was last Monday, and happy birthday to Rad Lopez, whose birthday is today, the Sunday the 4th.
All right. And next up, Instructor in the News. And we'll kick it off with Tunde. She is in the news once again. This time, she has a new partnership with Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees, and in collaboration with a Shock Accelerator energy drink. So Aaron Judge had posted on his social media welcoming Tunde to the team and commenting that it was growing. And this is obviously for the energy drink that he is an ambassador for as well. So that was really cool to see Tunde standing there with Aaron Judge.
All right. And Jess King apparently has her sights on becoming a professional DJ. So in case you didn't notice some of her recent posts on Instagram, She recently made her debut as a DJ as she performed a set at the Highside Workshop in New York. Her set was in support of her wife, Sophia Urista, and her band, the Jelly Club, which was back on April 1st of this year. Sophia's band, they played at 9 p.m. that night, and then Jess performed as DJ. She's going by the DJ name, which I think is perfect, DJ Yas King. She went on to do her DJ thing at 10:30 p.m. after her wife's band finished up. Just so you know, just a note, she's not leaving Peloton to pursue a full-time DJ career or stepping down or anything. This is just, she's, doing this in addition to her roles, her job at Peloton, just like a lot of instructors are taking jobs outside.
I'm sure she's going to be really good at it. I think she'll be awesome. I mean, I can picture her being right in her element with something like that, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. The incredible Bradley Rose was on episode 60 of the Brain and Life magazine podcast. He shared his experience of having a stroke and the events that led up to his diagnosis, treatment, and recovery. I have not had a chance to listen to it, but I had shared with you that Bradley had been on his wife's podcast in the past and was amazing. So I think that's definitely one for the weekend to listen to, for sure.
Right. And a belated congratulations to rowing instructor Alex Karwoski, who received his MBA from Columbia University last month. He posted a picture recently on Instagram in his full regalia, in his cap and gown with his mom and dad from graduation day. So congrats to Alex.
Very impressive. And to wrap up the instructor in the news, folks, huge congrats to German tread instructor Tobias Heinz, who was the winner in his age group for the Wimbledon Common Half Marathon he did last weekend. Pretty incredible. So huge congrats to Tobias. And that, John, wraps up the stories for today. I think we are going to go right into picks of the week. And
kick it off.
I will kick it off. All righty. We are going to start off with Jess Sims. Dippin' Dot 22 had recommended Jess's 15 minutes 90s run from the 25th. It was at 7 a.m. Eastern time, and they said good for a quick, short run. Then we have Tunde, her 10-minute arms and shoulder strength, also from the 25th. It was at 10 a.m. Eastern. And this one was recommended by Show Me Sunshine, Heather Boss, and Amajah 3. They said such an upper body burn. I loved the the circuit. I'm sure it wasn't a circus if Tunde was involved. And then the next one is one that I absolutely recommend. And I was in good company with Pedal to Paris, Greg and Anna, Twin Mom Anna, and JZR Zenko. Thank you, Anna, for including this one in there. It was Jon Hosking's 30-minute at the club walk and run from last Thursday, the 25th. It was at 1 p.m. Eastern. And oh my God, John, the energy in that studio was literally seeping through the screen. It was amazing. I mean, I walked it. I'm not ready to run yet. But they said that the studio vibe was lit, great energy. John was on top form, on absolute top form. I mean, bouncing off the walls. The playlist was incredible playlist. And I think we mentioned last week that his At the Club series is now under series, so you can pick them up right there if you're interested in doing them. So I believe number 4 is this coming Thursday. So number 4 in At the Club will be this Thursday, June the 8th. I think it's June the 8th. Yep, June the 8th.
All right.
All right.
Well, next up, Callie's 30-minute Jonas Brothers glutes and legs from May 25th. Got this from Armajar 3. They said, this was just what I expected. Amazing. And then Kendall's 30-minute Jonas Brothers ride, also from the 25th. Got this from Kaylee Marie. She said, a whole vibe and such a good time. And then Emma's 45-minute 90s rock ride from May 26th from Poochie Mama. She said, great playlist with Foo Fighters, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and more.
Awesome. And then we're moving on to Marcel Dinkins' 30-minute Memorial Day run. It was on the 26th. Backyard Peloton recommended this one. They said, really beautiful run celebrating Memorial Day and honoring those who sacrificed, honoring grief and your mental space. The music was really great, along with everything she said. It was a really special run. Robin Arzan's 45-minute hike. This one was recommended by Kim Thousand. It was from the 26th as well, 3 p.m. And they said, great hike from Robin. And Bradley Rose, his 20-minute pop ride, also from the 26th. Allison Rose, VB, and Daisy Mack, our friend Monica, all recommended this one. They said, so much energy and goodwill, a really encouraging ride. Fun to see him coaching from PSNY with members. So yeah, I forgot that was one of his PSNY his PSNY rides. Apparently they were fantastic, and the energy in the studio was amazing. I did his two on the Friday, I believe, Friday evening. I did the two that he did back to back. Maybe this was one of them. And he was amazing. Amazing. I didn't know he could curse as much as he did, but it was really good.
Oh, so when they come to New York, it's okay for them to curse.
It's okay to curse.
They have to keep it clean in London. Yeah.
Exactly. It was awesome.
Great. Rebecca Kennedy's 45-minute full body strength from the 26th. We got this submitted from Karen Zemskyberry. They said this workout gave a great burn. And then Benny Adami's 30-minute Little Mermaid ride from the 27th. Dana Runs Disney, Sparkly 813, and Panders Andy submitted this. They said music, glitter, dancing, and more. And then Alex's 45-minute Club Bangers from May 27th, Saturday, 2 p.m. I should have submitted this as one of my picks. But we got this one from Timeout Tammy and Yvonne Rodzin. They said club bangers are always great. This one was all sorts of raunchy. And this one was all. There was one really good song that it's called No Hands by, I can't remember if it's like Wiz Khalifa, but man, the playlist was really good on this one. And
oh, that's awesome.
It was just, great sort of vibe from the members that were in the studio at PSNY for that class as well. Jen Sherman's 45-minute My Mixtape ride from Sunday the 28th. We got that from Rachie Merriman, Kathy M19, Rachel Spins 24, all summer vibes, great. And yeah, I did this one the following day after I got back from Puerto Rico, and it was real fun because it was all summer-themed songs. And she kind of covered most of the decades. I mean, she had Summer of '69, Bryan Adams. And then she also played Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift, which is a really good, pop banger by Taylor Swift. Awesome. So really good playlist. And the studio was completely fired up for this one. It was a great awesome Sunday morning, Jen Sherman, typical crowd that showed up for this one.
Fantastic. All right. Well, our friend Emily Parsons, as well as Mika Taught Me, both recommended Camilla Ramon's 30-minute pop ride. That was from the 28th, 12 p.m. They said the Mila Mafia takeover was amazing. So much energy and a Miami-themed playlist for Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, and this was Emily's 1500th ride, actually.
Fantastic.
I know she had just come in from London just to do before she left Peloton just recently to go do the milestone. But it was funny. She got right in the front row, and on the Mila Mafia.
She was in New York.
Yeah, this class was in New York. Yeah, oh, she was there in the studio for it. I didn't realize that
Emily was there. I didn't realize Emily. Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
She was right in the front row, kind of right against the mirror on Camilla's right side. It was funny because there was a whole big takeover by the Mila Mafia that weekend. Yes. And in one of the videos that the Mila Mafia Insta page posted of someone sitting in the front row, I could see Emily passing her phone to the production assistant to take a picture of her on her bike, and she was doing a pose with her arm up. so I could see her, see her right there.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't realize she was in New York for it. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Well done, Emily, 1,500. That's amazing. All right, and then to round up the picks of the week, our boy Jeffrey McCeachin, 15-minute hit run. It was in German. This one was recommended by Angela A. Scott, 72. She said, this class really packs a punch. Great for a PR. And that was from the 30th at 7 a.m. And that, folks, rounds up the picks of the week. Obviously, we were limited with choices because the studio was, in fact, closed. But for the rest of the week, but at least we got a nice bunch of classes there. So thank you, everybody, for submitting those. And yeah, please, if you're listening to the show or watching the show, send in your picks of the week, because I think it's so lovely to get to see, other people being, shone and instructors that we don't typically see. So I always like to see folks that are working out with different instructors and getting
spread the love around. Give everybody a try.
For sure. All right. Well, I guess that wraps it up. And glad that the two of us are back together, John Pruitt. I do like that. But
it's like we didn't miss a beat.
We did not miss a beat. How could we? Gosh, we're going to go on. I mean, this is crazy. We're going to be 3 years into this show soon. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. All right. Well, from me here, I look forward to seeing everybody back on the leaderboard this week with all the new classes that are going to be dropping. I'm sure there's going to be tons of fun, and the instructors will all be energized after their weeks off. A lot of them are traveling all over the place. I think Jeffrey McCeachin is going to be completely exhausted after 5 Beyonce concerts. I mean, it's just incredible.
He went to 5 of her concerts?
He went to all 5 of her concerts in London.
Oh my God.
I am just like, more power to him.
I know Cody was at, I thought he was at the Paris one. He was at the Paris Beyonce concert, or was it in London?
The week before?
Yeah, I think it must have been in Paris. I thought maybe they were at the same show, but I think I might be completely wrong, but I know Cody was at the one of the Beyonce shows.
Well, I know that Benny went to one. Benny went to one. Marcel was at one of the London ones. Benny was at one of them. Marcel was at one of them. But yeah, our friend Jeffrey got to all 5, and I'm so happy for him. He deserves it. I know he is a Beyonce queen, and
I am hoping just to go. I don't want to change gears from no shade to Beyonce, but I'm really hoping to go to Taylor Swift next weekend. She's going to be in Detroit. No, I don't. So I'm just putting it out there. Anybody in the Michigan area that has the hookup, I'm looking for tickets. So hopefully that'll happen, because I got to see this. I got to see this Eras. Yeah, I got to see this Eras tour. All I see on TikTok are shows from this concert, and the production looks amazing. So hopefully it'll happen.
I have heard that it's just insane. So I hope you get to go too.
I know Jen Sherman. So many people have been going to them lately. Jen, Callie, Kendall went to the Philly show recently. So yeah, the instructors have been they've been getting tickets.
Yeah. Well, lucky them. All right. Well, we are going to round it off. And thanks, everybody, again, for taking the time to listen and watch. We will see you back here next week. And have a great week, everybody. Bye from Maryland.
Yep. And for me here in Michigan, appreciate you tuning in, watching, listening from all over. And look forward to seeing you back on that live leaderboard with live classes again as the studios reopen on, I think, tomorrow, Monday, June 5th.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Looking forward to having that live content back. And as always, we will see you on the leaderboard. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag, and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.